It was the moment every Colombian football fan had been waiting for, the official arrival of Luis Díaz at Bayern Munich. Not only has he made history as one of the few Colombians to sign for the German Giants, but his presence at Säbener Straße has already caused a buzz. If there's one thing we've learned from his first day, it's that Bayern didn't just buy a winger. They got a fighter, a playmaker, a player ready to leave everything on the pitch. And that was clear from the very first moment he stepped off the plane in Munich. Luis Díaz arrived at the Munich airport under tight security and subtle fanfare. Dressed in casual athletic wear, he looked focused and calm, giving short waves to the handful of fans and media who spotted him. Despite the travel fatigue, Díaz had that unmistakable fire in his eyes, the look of a man on a mission. From the airport, he was quickly whisked away to the club's medical center for the standard checkup. And here's where things got real. Bayern Munich are meticulous with their medical evaluations. They don't take shortcuts, especially with big signings. So Díaz underwent the full procedure: cardiovascular tests, musculoskeletal screenings, and fitness diagnostics. The doctors took no chances, but the results? Impressive. According to internal sources at the club, Díaz showed top-level physical preparedness, sharp reflexes, and above-average endurance for someone who just completed a long-haul flight. While that was going on, the club's media team was already preparing his unveiling content. Behind closed doors, club staff were organizing everything from personalized training kits to photo shoots with the iconic Bayern red and white. A camera crew was trailing his every move, capturing behind-the-scenes moments that fans rarely get to see. Whether it was Díaz stepping into the club facility for the first time, or just sipping water between tests, everything felt monumental. You could sense that Bayern weren't just welcoming a new player, they were launching a new era. Meanwhile, social media exploded. Bayern fans across the globe began sharing welcome messages. Colombian fans switched allegiances overnight. Football content creators were already editing highlight reels of his Liverpool years. But inside the club, there was quiet, focused preparation. This wasn't about hype. This was about fitting into one of the most demanding footballing machines in the world. After his medical, Díaz took a brief moment to record a message for fans. He spoke in Spanish, but kept it short and sweet. Estoy muy feliz de estar aquí. Gracias por el recibimiento. Mía san mía. And that last line, Bayern's famous slogan, earned him instant love from the just hearing him say it made supporters feel like he was already part of the family. He was then taken to Säbener Straße, the heart of Bayern's operations. This is more than just a training ground. It's a high-tech campus where legends are made. The moment he stepped in, club staff greeted him with smiles and open arms. He met some of the physios, performance analysts, and even a few former players who now work behind the scenes. One of the first things he received? His locker, already prepared with his name, number, and the clean Bayern kit folded neatly on the bench. The initial locker room atmosphere was calm, but respectful. Not many players were around at that time. Some were still returning from national duty, while others were finishing early recovery sessions. But even with the few who were present, you could see the silent respect. New signings don't always get welcomed with cheers and hugs. This is Bayern. Here, it's performance first, relationships second. And Díaz understood that perfectly. He didn't force conversations or try to over-impress. He quietly greeted his teammates, shook hands, smiled, and took it all in. That humility, combined with his quiet confidence, spoke volumes. Then came the photo shoot. Luis posed in the Bayern kit for the first time. The red jersey fit him like it was made for him. The club's digital team wasted no time, publishing a slick "Welcome Luis Díaz" post on all platforms. Within minutes, it trended globally. The post shattered engagement records for Bayern's official Instagram, especially in Latin America. Díaz wasn't just joining a new team, he was bringing a whole new continent with him. Next up, training. As Díaz laced up his boots and stepped out onto the pristine training pitch for the first time, you could feel the shift. There was an edge to the air. A new player means new dynamics, and Bayern's coaching staff was watching closely. He wasn't going to be given an easy first session. This wasn't a jog and stretch routine. This was Bayern-level intensity from the jump. Díaz started off with some warm-up drills alongside the assistant fitness coach, Cone sprints, agility ladders, quick touches, basic but fast-paced. He breezed through it. His acceleration and sharp footwork were immediately noticeable. Within 10 minutes, he joined the rest of the group for a rondo, Bayern's classic possession drill. And that's when the smiles started to appear. The chemistry was instant. His quick feet and calm under pressure caught the attention of teammates, including some of the younger players who seemed genuinely impressed. But it wasn't all fun and games. Midway through training, the tempo was cranked up. Tactical drills were introduced: situational pressing, counterattack patterns, and transitional play. Here, Díaz had to adapt to the team's very specific style. Bayern demand positional discipline, intelligent movement, and rapid decision-making. And yet Díaz never looked out of place. He listened, he asked questions, he adjusted, and then when it came time for the short intra-squad scrimmage, he delivered. During one quick transition, Díaz picked up the ball in midfield, danced past two defenders with his signature body feints, and unleashed a rocket into the bottom corner. No celebration, just a nod and a smile. But the coaches noticed, and so did the players. That was the moment everyone knew. This guy didn't come to warm the bench. He came to compete. After training, Díaz spent time speaking with the technical staff. They walked him through tactical video breakdowns, showing him where he might fit best, whether out wide on the left, inverted on the right, or even as a false nine in certain systems. He took mental notes. He wasn't here to challenge the system. He was here to master it. Later that afternoon, he was taken on a private tour of the Allianz Arena. Empty, quiet, but still majestic. Díaz walked through the tunnel, stopped at the pitch entrance, and just stood there for a few seconds. You could tell he was imagining the roar of the fans, the Champions League anthem, the goals, the glory. He sat in the stands, looked around, and whispered something to himself. Maybe a prayer, maybe a promise. But whatever it was, it looked personal. The day wrapped up with a team dinner at a private restaurant just outside the city. Not everyone could attend, but a small group of senior players welcomed him. It wasn't a loud evening, no champagne popping or initiation songs, just quiet respect, shared stories, and a few light jokes. Díaz again remained humble. He asked more than he spoke, and when the topic of his journey from Barrancas, Colombia to Munich came up, everyone at the table listened. His rise wasn't handed to him. He earned every step. By the time the car dropped him off at his temporary accommodation that night, the city of Munich was asleep. But Díaz wasn't. Lights on, laptop open, watching Bayern match footage, learning tendencies, studying, preparing. It's easy to get caught up in the glamour of a big signing, the photos, the headlines, the trending hashtags. But what Bayern Munich got in Luis Díaz is more than hype. They got a relentless worker, a player who respects the badge, a man who understands the weight of expectation and welcomes it. Day one is over, but for Luis Díaz, the real work has just begun.